learning. If you do, you will never cease to grow. Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. They know enough who know how to learn. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. They cannot stop me. I will get my education if it is in the home, school, or any place. Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. He who opens a school door closes a prison. Education is the ability to meet life situations. Learning starts with failure. The first failure is the beginning of education. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Education consists mainly of what we have unlearned. If you have to put someone on a pedestal, put teachers. They are society's heroes. The duties of a teacher are neither few nor small, but they elevate the mind and give energy to the character. The best teachers are those who show you where to look, but don't tell you what to see. Better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. Your heart is slightly bigger than the average human heart, but that's because you're a teacher. Teachers can change lives with just the right mix of chalk and challenges. Teaching is the greatest act of optimism. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. Students, don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It is not what is poured into a student that counts, but what is planted. Teachers have 3 loves: love of learning, love of learners, and the love of bringing the first 2 loves together. The art of teaching is the art of assisting discovery. Education doesn't just make us smarter, it makes us whole. Teaching kids to count is fine, but teaching them what counts is best. I am indebted to my father for living, but to my teacher for living well. A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. I like a teacher who gives you something to take home to think about besides homework. I have learned silence from the talkative, toleration from the intolerant, and kindness from the unkind. Yet, strange, I am ungrateful to those teachers. A good teacher can inspire hope, ignite the imagination, and instill a love of learning. A teacher who is attempting to teach without inspiring the pupil with a desire to learn is hammering on cold iron. Good teachers know how to bring out the best in students. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Change is the end result of all true learning. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. The learning process continues until the day you die. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Develop a passion for learning. If you do, you will never cease to grow. Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. They know enough who know how to learn. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without
Good evening, everybody. Could you please let me know if I'm audible? Please put a yes in the chat. All right, I can see yeses in the chat. All right, I'm going to proceed. Good evening, everybody. Good evening to you all. Thank you all for registering and attending this national level online faculty development program on curriculum framework in line with NEP 2020, OBE and AI Advancements, organized by the Mar Thoma College for Women, Perumbavoor, in association with the Kerala State Higher Education Council. Now we would like to welcome Dr. Sunil Job K, who is the adjunct faculty, Marine College, Kuttakanam Autonomous. He will be the resource person for today for the first session. Then we have Dr. Mendes Jacob, who is the Director of PG Department of Computer Applications of Marine College. He will also be a resource person today and will be taking the second session. We would also like to welcome Dr. Anupamam P, who's the IQAC coordinator for Mar Thoma College for Women, Perumbavoor. And we would like to also welcome all the FTP, all the participants for this FTP program. Now, about this FTP program, this was a 7-day FTP program, and this is the last day of this FTP session. Now, the fee for accessing the LMS and the processing of certificate is ₹500. All the participants who have paid the processing fee will receive the LMS access, the video recordings for all the days, and provision to download your FTP completion certificate. Please note the procedure for receiving the certificate will be informed to you towards the end of the FTP today. Okay. If any of you would still like to access the LMS and get the certificate, you can make the payment of ₹500 to the account details that I will shortly put in the chat. If you are unable to attend any of the live sessions, they will be available in the LMS. If you have any trouble in attending the WebEx online sessions, you can also join the YouTube live session, the link of which I will give you in the chat. My name is Sachin Jacob George. I'm working as Global Relations Manager for IPSR Solutions Limited, and I will be the event moderator. Now, moving on to today's session, the first session will be, the topic will be applications of ChatGPT and AI tools in teaching, learning, and assessments. This topic will be delivered by Dr. Sunil Job Kehe, who is the adjunct faculty, Marine College, Kuttakanam Autonomous. Dr. Sunil Job has 30+ years of experience in teaching and 10+ years in corporate consultancy. He holds a PhD in mathematical education and has been an associate professor at MG University, College of Teacher Education from 1999. He has started his career as assistant professor at Karbala Planning Training College, Kollam. He has served as visiting team member of NCTE for grant of recognition and as a resource person for the Affiliation Renewal Committee of MG University. He is also an active blogger in cutting-edge technologies in IT, education, and data science. Dr. Job has published a few articles in national journals and authored a few academic books and a reference manual in mathematics. He has also served as a resource person for a number of faculty development programs in outcome-based education, data science, e-learning, etc. Currently, he is serving as the adjunct professor, Marine College, Kuttakanam Autonomous, and Chief of Academics, IPSR Solutions Limited. Over to you, Sunil sir.
Thank you, Sachin, for the introduction. So first of all, let me ask whether my sound is okay.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, thank you. So welcome back. I was there with you for the first 2 days. I hope you're remembering me. So we have reached the end of this FTP program, and obviously what I'm going to handle is the last section of the sequence of the long 7 days journey. And I'm sure that this long day journey was really amazing, and you have got a lot of inputs on the latest developments in the curriculum frontiers. Because as we know that the implementation of new education policy 2020 has drastically brought about a lot of changes in the curriculum in the entire this educational sector, especially in the higher education sector. And obviously you would have got a very clear picture on what is the curriculum framework that is evolving out from new educational policy. In the sense, Dr. Shafiq has given you a very clear idea, so that a lot of new concepts has been coming up, like a lot of autonomy has been given to these scholars. The students are enjoying the privilege of autonomy in terms of multiple entry exit. There is a lot of provisions for multidisciplinary courses integrated into the curriculum, and the curriculum will be reformulated in the form of majors and minors. And obviously, you have got a clear cut picture about what is the distribution of credit that should go along with these majors and minors, and how we could integrate the vocational educations as well as the Indian educational system. A lot of things is going to transform the curriculum of the higher education sector, and what will be the pattern of the fourth year of degree, which is will be more dedicated to the research sectors like that. So obviously, I'm not going into all those aspects now. And also we have and the major focus of our this faculty development program was to give you a lot of insights and reflections on the new curriculum which has been evolving, and how we can streamline this curriculum into an outcome based education format. Because the curriculum which is been evolving, which is multidisciplinary, will be so streamlined in an outcome-based educational format. So how to bring outcome-based educational format, and also we know that the entire educational system is in the edge of disruptions. A lot of changes has been happening, and also by bringing up the possibilities of artificial intelligence, we know that it has triggered the pace of this higher educational sector in terms of quality, as well as it is to a greater extent a support to the teachers, as well as the students and all the researchers in pursuing their task and activities in a smarter way. So definitely, the last 2 days by Suresh Nambudari has got would have given a lot of inputs to you in terms of how we can integrate the possibilities of this AI into our workspace, and how it has diluted, not in the sense diluted, how it has relaxed our this workspace to a greater extent. So we have got a lot of time for interacting with the students, and more productive in the teaching learning environment. So the role today that we are going to this section will be a very shorter sections, and probably it may only extend up to a 1 hour section. And my role today is to integrate the possibilities of this AI, and especially you will be more into the chat GPT. So integrating the possibilities of chat GPT into an outcome based educational topology. So here we will be just analyzing on what is the entire cycle of outcome-based education. So what is the work? What is the framework of the functional framework of the outcome-based education when it has been implemented, and how this ChatGPT could be integrated into this framework, so that we will be able to make our this OB implementation as well as execution in a far better way. And obviously now I don't think that now if I could mention that about the accuracy rate of these AI tools, definitely because my specializations, I'm working more in the development of this artificial intelligence, and also development of the models, and working with algorithms. So that is one of my area of specialization. So obviously we know that no machine learning model or AI tool is 100% accurate. Actually, the ChatGPT is a model which has been built on natural language understanding. It's natural language learning, and the higher level is natural language understanding. So this model has been trained um, by the a lot of resources that has been available from the internet up to 2021, and it has been trained by our a deep learning architecture. So obviously, we know that the accuracy rate of these models may not be is only up to about 70% accurate. So this obviously there is a lot of confusion which has been going on around that, whether this artificial intelligence will replace teachers or any working professionals from the profession, because they are substituting all the tasks that the teachers or any other professions could do. But the answer is definitely no, because the no model at this point of time is not accurate to 100%, because whatever we get recommendations and suggestions that we get from these models are only to accurate up to about 70 or 70% plus. And obviously in future that maturation that is it may come more and more closer to a perfect solutions, but now as such it is not a perfect solutions. So it is the role that you are the master at present. The chat GPT will be acting you as a friend or as a servant. So it will be giving a lot of suggestions on what you have not either thought about. And it is your role as a teacher or any other professionals who have been working and using ChatGPT or any other AI tools to validate what these models are telling you. So it will not be 100% accurate. So it is our role to customize what the inputs that we get from these models, and we want to reframe it and restructure it, so it becomes more and more compatible to our space. So that is something very important. So normally I've seen some persons is been complaining that I have just communicated with ChatGPT and what I've got is not 100% correct. Obviously it is not correct, because it is only having an accuracy rate of about 70 plus or to it's less than 80. So obviously that 30 to 20% is there, which can lead you to some false conclusions. So our mastery is something more important, whether to accept or not. So this is something you have to take before going and applying with the going and working with the ChatGPT or any other AI tools. And the second thing that I would like to bring to your notice is that you can integrate this ChatGPT, the possibilities of ChatGPT into any walks of life, whether it is in a professional space or whether it is in any area where you need some recommendations. So the thing is that obviously how you communicate with this ChatGPT. So the greater flexibility is that you can talk with the ChatGPT as if you're talking with a person. There is no need for any, just like it is not like a programming language. If in a programming language, if you are making a small error in a comma or full stop or open bracket or something, error is there in the spacing or something like that, it won't work. But ChatGPT is not like that. It is, you can communicate in a higher order language, just in the language that you are using, just like talking to your friend. It will be replying to you, and all these communications will be having a continuity. That is, if you want to communicate some new things, you can just say that ignore all the prompts. And the second thing is that obviously there is a confusion which has been going around, is that what is the difference between ChatGPT and this Google search? So Google search is a keyword search. It will be searching the internet over some keywords, and it will be bringing about all the content which has been related to that keyword. So it will not be giving you a unique answer. So it will be only giving you a number of links that you can go and make a reference. But in ChatGPT, it is giving you rightly the answer that you're searching for. That's a bigger difference between the ChatGPT and the Google tool. I actually, after completing 2 full days of sections in ChatGPT, obviously you'll be knowing this, but still I have just given you this as a prelude of my sections, because when we go with some prompts and making searches, it is a necessity that we have to modify it to make it accessible and acceptable to our environment. So definitely we can go into our presentations. I've got a few slides to share with you, and let me for the there's some connectivity issues. I just keep this video off and going to share my screen. So now I have a question to you, whether my screen is visible now.
Yes, your
Sijit?
screen is visible. Yeah,
Okay, okay,
screen is
okay,
visible.
okay. Now we can
Please
go with
proceed.
ahead. So, ChatGPT enabled outcome-based education framework and solutions. So this is what we are going to delimit the application of ChatGPT into an outcome-based education, this framework. So let us go ahead. So what you see now here is that it is an outcome-based education framework. So what is all around? So here we can classify this framework into three stages. The first stage is this one big rectangle. What it means is that it is what we have discussed in my first class when I have interacted with you on outcome-based education, about outcome-based education topology. You'll be remembering a house-like image, the building block or architecture. That is this one, the first one. That is vision mission. Below vision mission, there is program educational objectives. Below that, it is program outcome, and these program outcomes should be attained by means of different courses where we have showcased the different course outcomes. So this is what comes in the formulation phase of outcome-based education. That is what how we formulate. Should come from top to down, from vision and mission. We'll be formulating program educational objectives, and once the formula, these program educational objectives are nothing but the educational goals. And for the actualization of these educational goals, what are the different competencies or graduate attributes or program outcomes that we have to ensure in the students while they pass out of the after the educational program. So that will be showcased as the program outcomes and program specific outcome, PO and PSOs, and these are attained by means of PSOs. So this should be this block comes in the formulation phase. And the block that you can see here is the interactive phase, where you are interacting with the students on the basis of the curriculum that has been planned. So this curriculum, so at the interactive phase, we'll be having the syllabus, which includes the content that has to be that has to be taught to the students, as well as the different activities. We have, so in order to make it complete, we have to identify what are the teaching methods or the different teaching strategies that has to be adopted in an outcome-based educational lines, so as to communicate the curriculum to the students in the most effective way. So we have to make decisions on the different methods that has, which is most apt for the because every subjects because we know that we have to select that methodology or the pedagogy in accordance with the content as well as the outcome that we are dealing with. So with respect to this content and the method has to change. So obviously the teachers are the resource persons, but also you can communicate with the ChatGPT and have some suggestions regarding what will be the methods and strategies that would be apt for this, and what learning activities that you have to give to the students. That is also something which is important while interacting with the students, and how that assessment should take place. So all these things has to be finalized in the right way, such that we will be able to have the most effective way of interactions there. So this is how we are interacting, and this is the final assessment. This is the final assessment that we have to make. That is, after completing about our interactions by the end of the semester of programs, we have to make a lot of assessments on the basis of how much the students have attained in terms of their outcomes. So the course level assessment means we have to assess the students on the basis of the course level outcomes. After course level outcomes, we have initialized that the student should attain such and such competencies uh, while they leave program. So on the basis of the course level, we have to ascertain to extent that the program outcomes are attained, and we have to ascertain. So these program outcomes should be assessed on the basis of every students, and by combining the program level assessments, the program level attainment of all the students of a particular program, we'll be able to identify what is the institutional level attainment with respect to the program outcomes, etc. So these are the activities that should come in the assessment framework of the outcome based education. And outcome based education, the most important thing of the outcome based education, it is not at all static. It is not at all static. It should keep on evolving. It should keep up on evolving on the basis of this output that we got from the full cycle. We have to revisit these outcomes, as well as we have to bring about some changes in the formative phase at the next stage of the course, or the next batch which has been coming up. So this is the cycle that should evolve. So when the cycle progresses, definitely the standard of the institutions, as well as the standard of the educational system will be enhancing year by year, while the output, when it comes up as input for the future, that is the future that is changes or reconstructions, it will definitely boost out the quality of the framework. So this is the outcome based education framework. So this is something very important, because one of the major focus of this is what we could say, this faculty development program is outcome based educational curricula. So when we are framing this outcome based education, this cycle should be there. So you have to make this cycle compactable and smooth going, so that your institution will trigger up in the quality level, so that you will be able to produce better students who can contribute well in the society and can be successful in the life. So now our matter of concern is that how we can integrate the outcome based education into this cycle. So let me take the first one. Now we have divided the entire framework into three. This is the formulation part, where you have to formulate. This is the what you could say, teaching, interacting, the teacher interacting with the students on the basis of in an outcome based educational scenario. And this is the assessment which should happen, that is the course wise assessment for every student, program wise assessment of every students, and taking the combined program attainment of all students will give you institution wise assessments. And this should come back as the feedback for further improvisation of your curriculum. So that is what we have to go. So we will take these components separately. So we have got component number one, formulation; component number two, which will be this teaching learning environment; the component number three, which is the assessments; and the component number four, which is the continuous improvement. And we can we can check out how this outcome based this ChatGPT could be integrated with these four components, and we can make our activities much comfortable and successful. So I have just cut the first component, the formulation component. In that formulation component, what we have to do is that definitely every institution will be having a vision and mission, and it is on the basis of vision and mission and the stakeholders, we have to identify what should be the goal of the education of the program. So this is what PEO means. I have detailed it in our first section. So it is on this basis of this PEO, it is on the basis of this PEO we have to formulate program outcomes. And obviously, if you're remembering my first class, we have identified that the first phase of the program outcome is that we have to identify what are the graduate attributes. The graduate attribute are nothing but a bunch of competencies. So on the basis of the educational goals, we have to identify what are the bunch of competencies essential for the accomplishment of these educational goals. So these bunch of competencies, we can name it as graduate attribute. So we have identified there are a number of graduate attributes suggested by UGC, like communication skill, disciplinary knowledge, lifelong learning, leadership quality, environment. Likewise, a lot of things is there. So this is only a single state. This is only a single word. graduate attribute, single word. So if you want to make this graduate attribute into a form of outcome, we have to rephrase. We have to convert it into a verbal statement which showcase what the students are capable of doing with respect to that particular graduate attribute. So a graduate attribute will be converted into an outcome. So ChatGPT will be helping you to convert what? A graduate attribute into an outcome statement. So this is something which is very important, because when we are showcasing the outcome, we have to write it in the form of an outcome statement. So there is prompting. Definitely, this Suresh Nambudiri is a master of prompting. He's a guru of prompting. He would have given you a lot of suggestions regarding prompting, how prompting should be done. So obviously, the prompting should suggest the ChatGPT that what role that ChatGPT should take, and obviously this prompting will that is, it is just like talking to a person. So if you're talking to something one, there is no need to mention the entire thing when you continue with the discussions. So if you want to go to a new topic, you want to just say ignore previous prompts, and then what role that you have to do. Once you say the role, the second prompt, you will be identifying that particular role. There is no need to reprompt it again. And then what is the task that the ChatGPT have to do for you, as well as what are the different instructions. So these are the structure of how to. So you are now the master of prompting, the prompt engineering. So now what I'm going to do is that we have got what you could say graduate attribute, and how to write a graduate attribute into a program, what you could say a statement, that program outcome statement. So communication skill, just a very simple one, communication skill. So this is, I am going to convert this graduate attribute into a program statement. So I am going to ask this ChatGPT, ignore the previous prompts, because there will be log files which has been already there. So in order to cut down the influence of the previous prompts, ignore the previous prompt, act as an expert in formulation of OBE curriculum, and write the graduate attribute, communication skill into a single program outcome statement for graduate level. For graduate level. So communication skill can happen in school level. For the graduate level, use verbs from Bloom's taxonomy to write the program outcome statement. So this is the prompt that I'm going to give to the ChatGPT. So I will just take this prompt, because it is in the presentation mode. I've just copied it here. I'm just going to take this prompt, and I can just give it here. All these things, and let me check it out. What this? Yeah. So you can. So on completion of our graduate program, the students will. What is this program outcome? This uh, program outcome with respect to communication skill is demonstrate advanced proficiency in communication skill, employing effective verbal, written, and visual modes of expression, and articulate complex ideas, engage in scholarly discourses, and communicate with diverse audience, applying the so likewise, it has given you a very beautiful statement. So communication skill means what the students are capable of doing. So that is been showcased there. So the thing is that every time you ask, the ChatGPT will be reframing it differently. So this is what, when I have communicated it, demonstrate proficiency communication skill if you're transmitting, interpreting ideas, informations, and arguments through clear and coherent verbs, and written communication, forecasting meaning, interactions with diverse audience, and facilitating knowledge exchange. So this is what ChatGPT. So it is not at all necessary that you take the entire thing what ChatGPT has there. You can put your mastery over ChatGPT's recommendations, and you can make some change and make it fine. So you can see this what you could say this graduate attribute has been converted into a program statement. So what is next? What is next? We have got this program outcomes written in a very beautiful statement. Now obviously, the most confusing thing that always the teachers find difficulty is how we can write an outcome when a particular content is been there. Now we already know, actually what we are doing in the current scenario is that we already have a syllabus, and we are converting that syllabus into a outcome based education format. So obviously what we need is that syllabus is there ready, so what should be the outcome should be identified there. So obviously we know that there are two ways of writing this outcome. We can apply a cross-sectional approach or a longitudinal approach. A cross-sectional approach is that you can take one module, the content of the module, and you can ask yourself what is the on completion of that particular module, what the students are capable of doing. The same thing you can communicate with ChatGPT in the form of a prompt and ask them to write a what you could say a course outcome. Obviously this is something where every teachers have to write course outcomes from their course that they're handling, and sometimes they'll be finding it difficult. So you can write the prompt. Right now I don't say that ignore prompts, because we are discussing about an outcome based education things, and I have already told that you should act as an expert in OBE, so there is no need to repeat that. So I just I'm going to write appropriate course outcomes for the this one component of the operational research for MC at Marine College. Course where the following topics are included in module 1, that is operation research. What is operation research? Linear programming. This is the syllabus part, formulation of models, etc. You should not include more than more than two course outcomes, because ChatGPT will be giving two course outcomes. You can select one which you find it as good, and so I have written that prompt here. So let me give it to this ChatGPT, this prompt, because I cannot copy directly from presentation because it is in the presentation mode. So I've taken it in a Word file. That's why I'm taking it from that side. So this is the prompt. So ChatGPT has given you two outcomes. Two outcomes. What are the outcomes? Upon completion of the operational research course, okay, the students will be able to what what they should be able to formulate complex optimization problems, etc. Or at the end of the course, the students will this is one, demonstrate proficiency in employing appropriate techniques in solving linear programming model, selecting and applying. Okay, so this is one of the course outcomes that the ChatGPT has given you. So you can ask ChatGPT to regenerate it if you find it is not appropriate, by giving what suggestions that you should make in that prompt, so that it will get regenerated. So when I have tried it first time, I got it as use linear programming techniques to formulate mathematical models for real world optimization problems. Evaluate and access the activeness. So we could get, because I asked for two, so it will give two. And if you're taking only one, what you could say, one outcome with respect to one model, you can take one, the better. So evaluate and access the effectiveness of the various solutions and methods and algorithms in operational employing critical things. So like that. The first one is simple and compact. Use linear programming. Use is the verb. It's an application level. Linear programming techniques to formulate mathematical models for real life optimization problems. So that's one that I could get. This is something very interesting. So if you are inputting the syllabus, you will be able to get the outcomes, it is not necessary to take that outcome at the first generation. You can give suggestions and modify it according to your likings. So at this point of time, at this phase, you will be able to, the most important thing is that to formulate the better outcomes, so you can able to create better outcomes with the help of this ChatGPT. So the second phase is with respect to teaching learning environment. So formulation part, we have already formulated the syllabus, outcomes, etc. So obviously you can, if you are already having, so this is in the previous slide, we know that we do have the syllabus in hand, and we don't know what should be the outcome. So the ChatGPT will be helping you to create outcome. So if you are formulating the entire curriculum in a outcome-based education from scratch, you will be first developing what program program outcomes, and on the basis of the program outcomes, yeah, you can just filter it out, and what is the course outcomes which is be appropriate could be identified, and on the basis of this course outcomes you will be able to create syllabus. So both vice versa you can create. So giving syllabus, creating course outcomes, and giving course outcome, the ChatGPT will be creating syllabus, and you can edit the syllabus and making it compatible for your feasibility. So the second part is that how to make teaching learning and ambience a better place by use of ChatGPT. So here you have to make decisions on what are the methodology. You are having syllabus at hand, right? You are having syllabus. So if you want to communicate a topic to the students, what method is appropriate, and especially obviously when you are going with outcome-based education, it is a tripolar process. You have to put the outcome at the center, and on the basis of this outcome you have to formulate the methodology so that to steer the students to that particular outcome. And and the most important, I repeat, the most important thing for the success of this classroom interaction in an outcome based education format is that we have to identify formative evaluation techniques to yeah, at each and every point to check whether the students are progressing towards the outcomes. So these three things: outcome, the learning activities, and evaluation. That means formative evaluations. This should be both the activities and the formative evaluation should be constructively aligned to the outcome. So that is the soul of outcome-based education. So here we know that if you want to identify what is the method, what is the method is which is apt for teaching a particular topic, or what is the method which is apt for actualization of this outcome. Because we know that in an outcome based education, outcome always comes. If you want to give an assignment, first thing, what should be the outcome of that assignment? If you want to give them a project, first thing you have to identify what should be the outcome from that project. If you want to teach a topic, you have to first identify what should be the intended topic wise outcome. So that is outcome based. Everything should be centered around outcome. So suppose if you want to make an outcome based approach in selection of methodology, okay, identify few teaching methods appropriate for actualization of the set outcome. So this outcome I have already identified with the help of ChatGPT. Use linear programming techniques to formulate mathematical model for real world optimization problem. That was one of the outcome ChatGPT has suggested. And I will again ask ChatGPT, what is the method? Because in an outcome based education, two things should come together with outcome. One, what is the method that I have to adopt, and what is the indicator, that is the formative assessment indicator they have to adopt, whether it is an activity or whether it is a test, whether it is a quiz or whatever it may be. So I want to identify these two, so I can communicate with ChatGPT, suggest a few methods that could be applied to attain the outcome. What is the outcome? Use linear programming techniques to formulate mathematical models. So this outcome in an outcome based educational format with appropriate indicator for formative evaluations. So most important thing when you come into teaching learning, that is we are always discussing about formulation as well as assessments. When you go into the real life of outcome based education, the constructive alignment of the teaching learning activities as well as the assessment, that is the formative assessments to the outcome is important. So this is what I am going to give it to the ChatGPT. So I am just taking this from my this is the prompt that have been used. You can now, I think now you are all prompt engineers, you can identify better prompt than mine. I'm just communicating with ChatGPT in just a simple way in the sense in my way of talking. So when you have become master of this prompt engineering, definitely you can communicate in the more better way. So this is what ChatGPT is saying. So this is what this is the outcome. Use linear programming techniques to formulate mathematics. So in order to attain this outcome, what are the methods that I have to identify? So it has suggested me, okay, you can go with a lecture based learning method. You can give case studies and problem solving. You can use group discussions and brainstorming. You can use computer simulations. You can use practical applications. So a number of methods has been suggested by this ChatGPT, because you can employ a variety of methods if you go with this accreditation purpose, definitely innovative practices. Your course or curriculum should be rich with a variety of methods, good practices, innovative practices that you can incorporate into the curriculum. So that will make your course as well as your college to stand out with different good practices, etc. So ChatGPT will give you recommendations on that. So lecture based method, case studies, and also it has suggested that if you're going with a lecture based education, what are the things that you can give to the students? The ability to explain. So this is so likewise, it has been often suggesting you the different formative evaluation, the formality evaluation indicator that could be used to ascertain whether this is being met. So this you can identify. So when I have identified, okay, the lecture method, and demonstration methods, the assessment and feedbacks could be sorted out through quiz, short exercises, and so by giving small quiz sections after lectures, we'll be able to identify whether the students are keeping in rapport with our sections. Or problem based learning or case studies, ability to formulate accurate mathematical models. The presentations or written reports, you can ask the students to create presentations and written reports. So that will be the formative assessment indicator to. So likewise, you will be getting a number of suggestions in this line. What next is that we have identified what method that we have to identify. One first method which has been suggested is that lecture method, then problem based method, like that. So if I am using problem based learning method, if I am using problem based learning method, I got a confirmation on this is the method that I'm going to adopt. So what is the learning activity that I have to adopt? What learning activity? So obviously you can ask what learning activity you could suggest for problem learning based learning, PBL, for students of MCA program for attainment of the outcome. So it will suggest what is the activity, what is the learning activity you can give to the students. So I am just giving that what activity you should give to the students for attainment of this. So let me check it out whether this so every time you prompt, and when you get some suggestions from this chat gpt, you can modify it, because normally it will be giving you about 74% accurate, but your expertise is something more important. So you can just see how many a lot of suggestions. So we can give a lot of activities. Supply chain optimization, this is an activity you can give. Of production planning, this is an activity. And what is the role of the students? So this is very beautifully it is been describing on what activity you should give to the students. So you are first ChatGPT, you are asking ChatGPT what method that I have to use. So it has given you a list of methods. So you can identify any one of that method, and you can ask ChatGPT on, if I want to adopt this method, what activity that is suitable for that method. So ChatGPT has given you suggestions on the different activities. So you can see the learning, the optimization, because the ChatGPT is given you very detailed. I have just customized it and just taken only the nutshell of it. So session case study could be adopted, or production planning and scheduling. I think about 7 to 10 activities has been showcased there. So what is the detail of that activity? Provide a real time optimization problem from the field like logistics, supply chain management. You can give an optimization activity to the students from any of these areas. So now you can again ask the chat GPT, that is provide a real-time optimization problem. So you have identified what activity should be given, then you can take this activity and you can ask that chat GPT that provide a real-time optimization problem from the field like finance for the attainment of this outcome. So you can filter it, you can go to the granular level, filter it down and go to the deepest of the thing and get the essence, and you can work it out. So this is what I'm again going to ask ChatGPT, what real time activity that I could give. So you can do it like this. So this is really amazing. You can have a full like, so this is the thing, this is the suggestions that the ChatGPT has given you to give to the students on this is the activity, the a full detail of this activity. That is the problem statement. The financial institutions in managing a portfolio, so that the key components. So this is the objective, because in a linear programming problem there should be an objective. Formulate a linear program model to allocate fund. So this is a very beautiful scenario of a real time environment where the students could work on it by problem solving method. So very beautifully it has given suggestions on how to optimize it. So we have so likewise, yeah, whatever thing you need, interact with your chat gpt or AI tools and get suggestions and recommendations. And I repeat, you are the masters to validate the suggestions, because it's no AI model is 100% mature or accurate. So this is the third component regarding the assessments. Regarding the assessments, for the assessments, what is the assessments? In the previous stage, when you are teaching, one assessment is been progressing, because at every point of your teaching you have to make formative assessment just to ensure whether the students are in rapport with your class. Whether they are well, if they are not rapport, you have to put some additional inputs in order to enhance them into that particular level that you are progressing with. So formative evaluation is the most important thing. The identifying the indicator means the tools which by which you will be able to ensure that whatever you have given to the students is being attained. So that is how it has to progress, because so you can develop this course wise design on the basis of this outcome based education by employing these techniques. And now going to the assessment part, you can identify this course wise assessment. Suggest a few assessments that could be administered for the assessment of the CEO. So obviously this is the summative assessment. You can just ask ChatGPT, okay, I have formulated CEO, I have taken the entire classes, I have done formative assessments, and I have ensured that the students are progressing well. But finally, I want to ensure to what extent that the CEO has attained. For that, what activity that I have to give to the students? Is it a simple or online test, or whether it is a paper pencil test, or whether it is a practical project, or whether it is an external examinations, or what practical assignment? I can make a variety of assessments like that. So suggest a few course level assessment that could be administered. So this is what I'm going to now ask the ChatGPT regarding what is the assessment. The suggest a few course level assessment. Okay, because why I am taking this is because my is in the present mode. I cannot copy it from presentation mode. That is why I have just taken all these prompts and put it. Okay, so let me ask ChatGPT. So I think ChatGPT has been thinking. Okay, problem solving assignment you can give. You can give case studies. You can give group project. You can give oral. You can give home assignments. You can give peer assessments. See, a number of assessment techniques has been suggested by ChatGPT for these assessment techniques. You can suggest for summative evaluations, because normally when we say summative evaluations we often think that only this written examination. Obviously written examination is important. So for the final calculation of, so for the formative assessments, formative assessments, it's important to steer the students in the learning ladder. There you are not quantifying to how much they have attained. CO level quantification is not been done at the formative level. The formative level is helping you in the teaching learning process to take the students along with you. So summative evaluation is helping you to ascertain, to quantify the level of attainment. That is the difference. So these are the activities that you can conduct for assessments, and the performance of these activities, you will be able to quantify it in the terms of measurement of the assessments. All these things, I think Dr. Mendes has given you clarity on how, if you are giving them a problem solving assessment, how can we make an outcome based education assessment, because you can make criteria rubrics, and then likewise, if you are going with a case study, if you are going with a written examination, every questions could be mapped onto these outcomes like that. So here, something important is that we have to map. We have to map what every items to these every items to course outcomes, and course outcomes should be program outcomes. When we have formulated the program outcome, what we have done is that we have first identified what are the graduate attribute, and this graduate attribute is written as program outcomes. And our main intention is that by the end of the program, the students should be competent in these graduate attributes, or the students will be able to do what the program is intended. All these courses are given at different semesters in order to ensure that the program outcomes are met. So by the end of the program, you have to ascertain to what extent that the program outcome is been attained. For that, we have to map every course outcomes to the respective program outcomes. So mapping is something very, very important. So you can use ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT, use linear programming techniques to formulate mathematical model in the real world problem. Okay, you can give this prompt. Identify the mapping strength of to use. Okay, so I am just going to use it, because now we have got more thing to go after this. So I'm just going little first. I'm just copying this prompt. Copying this prompt and giving it you. So this will help you to map. So you can just see what is the potential of these AI tools. So okay, so what I've suggested is that in the previous slide, these are the program outcomes: disciplinary knowledge, communication skill, critical thinking, problem solving, and analytical reasoning. These are the five. For I have just taken only the graduate attribute part of the program outcomes, and this was the course outcome use of a linear and I want to map this course outcome into this program outcome mapping. So this is what how the ChatGPT has mapped. This is how the ChatGPT has mapped. What is it? Disciplinary knowledge is being this particular thing is mapped. This course outcome. This course outcome. What is the course outcome? Use linear programming techniques to formulate mathematical model in the real world problem. So that is something related to the content knowledge, domain knowledge. So it is highly related. So discipline knowledge, communication skill, moderate, critical thinking high, because they are dealing with real-time problems. So they have to identify what are the decision variables, a lot of things. So decision variables are problem solving. All these things are at a high level. So you can just see how the outcome would be mapped with their respective POs, and what is the mapping strength, because Dr. Mendes has presented to you about the standardized scale of mapping, a 4-point scale: 0 where there is no connection, 1 if there is the connection is less, moderate is 2, and high. So here this particular course outcome has been mapped to these what you could say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these 4 outcomes in that particular strength. So this is how that will work out. And finally, if you want to create questions, definitely you can ask ChatGPT to prepare questions for you. And obviously you are getting a complementary QI generation software, definitely. So it is only the matter for you to just create the template and input the area from where you have to prepare the questions. The ChatGPT will be the AI tool will be creating questions. So obviously this I think Suresh Nambudiri has shown you. I will just show you how you will be able to formulate a question. And once you put questions, you can just create answers also. You can just create answers also. So this is one multiple type question which I'm creating with respect to the chat GPT. I've just given the prompt. Just given the prompt. I've got, okay, one from understanding level and one other from application level. So application level will be a problem part. So these are the two questions which has been suggested by ChatGPT. Okay, this is the question. Which of the following is the best describe the primary objective of the linear programming problem? There are four options are there. The correct answer is this. So it's a really wonderful thing. If you want essay type question, it will create essay type question. If you want case study questions, it will create case study questions. If you want fill in the blanks, it will create fill in the blanks. If you want multiple choice, it will create multiple choice. So you have just and also if you want answers, now I have just also in my prompt I've just also asked to create answers. So it has suggested what should be the right answer for this question. That also is been given. So here this is the problem and this is the correct answer according to the question. So this is how you will be able to identify it. And obviously in an outcome based educational format, we are only the teachers are not only assessing the students, we are giving the students an opportunity to make a self assessment. That is something important, and only we are taking about 10% of the credit from their self assessment. You can ask the students how much you have progressed, and that could be identified in the form of survey, or you can conduct a survey from these stakeholders in the means from their through peer evaluations, or if you're sending the students for internship or something like that, you can get their inputs on the basis of assessment. All these assessments could be considered as indirect assessments. So indirect assessment, normally we can directly ask the students. So act as a teacher handling the course of operational research and prepare a survey question for indirect assessment of the students for rating the outcome. Okay, this is the prompt which I am asking for the chat GPT. Okay, let me take it. I'll put it here. Okay, so the chat GPT is giving you one question. Okay, what is it? So you can give the different you can chat GPT that I need 3 questions or 10 questions. The chat GPT will be giving you the questions in that particular format. I just only ask them to create one because otherwise it will take time. Please rate your confidence and ability in utilizing this. Okay, this is the question. They are highly confident. So this is they have given that answer in a Likert scale survey question. So this is how ChatGPT you can populate it with the all that what you could say outcomes, and it will be preparing a questionnaire for you, a survey questionnaire for you to use it for evaluation purpose. So this is a wonderful thing. So if you have that formulation part, interactive part, assessment part, and you can just ask ChatGPT how to modify the curriculum from the feedback from the stakeholders. Very brief in 3 points. That is how we can getting the so that also you can ask ChatGPT how you can. Okay, that also. The OBE is not something a static one. We cannot go all time from through all curriculum which has been at the initial stage. Every year they keep on evolving so that it should keep abreast with the latest developments in the industry, society, in all phases of the world around. So that is something very important. So the ChatGPT says that this review and revise the learning outcome, modify the curriculum by revisiting the learning outcome. So you can identify that you can make periodical revisit, update teaching methods and assessments, and incorporate real world relevance. So these are, so it is a bit suggesting every time from on the basis of the output that we get in terms of PO level attainment as well as CO level attainment, we can revisit our the architecture every time and make a improvisation so that we can well. So what is this? I don't think that this is something happening now. This is the situation where, because ChatGPT can lessen your work by 70 to 80%. 70 to 80% in the sense that is, if you are doing a task of 10 hour, if you are doing a task of 10 hour, you can reduce that thing, that is, you can do the entire thing by 2 hour. That is, you can reduce about 80% of your time. So when time is free, you have a lot of time to take rest. Now the teachers are always having a not complaining, but they are having always raises an issues that they have to go with a lot of activities in terms of accreditation work should be there. This OBE has increased a number of activities, because OBE is not teaching the same thing to the students. OBE always goes OBE, the role of the teacher is not teaching, facilitating, creating, engineering a ambience for the students to progress in the right way, so that the initial outcomes that we have prefixed before the course and before the program is met by the end of the course and by the end of the program. This is that is awesome. ChatGPT is a real workhorse. Now we have got even more time for meeting, so we have got even more time for rest by using ChatGPT. So why, you will be wondering why thank you has been like this. Thank you has been like this. So here that is prepare. Okay, this is, you can ask ChatGPT to prepare. This is here there is in behalf of Mar Thoma College. And thus just a word of thanks. I didn't put a thank you statement for you. I want the thank you to be given by this. So this is the final thanks note that I am going to give you. What is this? On behalf of the Mar Thoma College and Kerala State Higher Education Council, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to all participants for their active engagement and valuable contribution during the 7-day faculty development program on ChatGPT and AI. Obviously, that is ChatGPT and AI, and the new curriculum in based of outcome-based education, on based of NP. Your enthusiasm and insight have enriched the program and will undoubtedly benefit our academic community. So this is what I would like to express. Thank you to all. So that is all from my part, and I think I have just taken 5 minutes additional. So if you have any queries regarding this, you can put it. So over to you, Sijin.
Thank you, Dr. Sunil. There are a few questions in the chat. Would you like to take it?
Okay, obviously. You can just read it out.
Okay. There's a for OBE assessment, is there any formula for it? OBE assessment.
OBE assessment, I think we have, Dr. Mendes has given you a section on OBE assessments, how to calculate OBE. The assessment has been, the simplest way of doing it is by weighted average. For this, you have to map weighting strength, and on the basis of marks, you have to calculate weighted average. And there is a standardization scale, which has been already introduced. I think you can refer to the video of
Yeah,
when was Mendes's section fourth day? Fourth day.
fourth day. Yeah. There's another question. POs are same for any engineering program.
Pardon?
Predefined. POs are same for any engineering program.
Okay, for
Do we need to define them?
engineering programs, the POs are being given by NBA. You will be knowing that there are 12 POs which has been there, and it is the POs which is having a global acceptance, because we are, according to Washington Accord, all these professional college, engineering colleges have to go with these POs. So it's a standardized one. Like the first five is technical, and the rest is non-technical. That is actually the generic one. Started with this domain knowledge, this problem solving, critical thinking, like that. You can go with that. So the thing is that the structure of PO will be same, and if when we go from trade to trade, we have to populate it with respect to that particular subject. If it is computer science, problem solving with respect to computer science. If it is civil, problem solving with respect to civil. Okay, so likewise it goes. Okay, go ahead. Sajan, you can just moderate these questions which need to be answered. Yeah, that is, Sajan, I couldn't hear you. Is there any technical problem, or whether my connectivity is gone? Because there is a lot of thunder, heavy, lot of issues are there. Can you hear me? Can you? I'm doubting because I cannot hear Sajan. Can you put yes, yes? So I'm audible. So obviously NBA has given. That's what I've told. That NBA has given 12 POs. POs, actually the first five are technical one, and the rest are ethics, environment, lifelong learning. All these things are common. So actually, when we come into that arts and science background, we call it as POs. The 6 to 12th will be considered as POs and the other will be PSOs specific to the particular. It is trade specific. Probably you can use prompt to generate PSO. Obviously, the prompt means your communication with the AI tool. So if you are presenting the what you want from AI tool in the right way, you will be getting the right answers, and the right way is known as prompt engineering. That is what Suresh Nambudiri has discussed with you very detailed. He has done a lot of researches in prompt engineering. Is there let me check it. Probably you can use prompt for PSOs. Okay, there is not much. It's been coming up. So what I have what I've tried to do is that I have just presented to you what is the OB framework, functional framework. You have to formulate. You have to interact with the students in the class in an OB format. You have to make assessments, and you have to revisit all the thing periodically, so that you have to keep abreast with the latest developments, and you have to improvise. That is why you are fixing the target first, and then you have to keep on improvising the target, etc., etc., etc. So at every point of at every stages, you can apply ChatGPT for perfection. Okay, so I think nothing is coming up. Sijin, are you there? I think. So I think there is no question which has been coming up, so we can conclude these sections. So this is the final segment the technical section. So we can conclude this section now, and Dr. Mendes sir will be taking up the feedback, and also will be going with the additional inputs regarding this section. So over to you, Mendes sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sunil. So I think Sijin has lost the connection. So good evening. I hope I'm audible. Am I audible? Okay, thank you. So welcome again to the last section of this faculty development program. Today I will introduce two more tools which can be used for implementation of outcome-based education. And one of the tool is an AI tool, which will provide to all the paid participants free of cost. So it will be a complimentary gift from our part. So I will explain the tool, and definitely you can use it for implementing OBE. Definitely you can reduce your workload as because of the many accreditation processes and all. Every faculty is busy with many activities. So you can reduce your workload with the ChatGPT and AI tools. So I will just introduce two tools. First one is again a question bank which we have developed, which can be used for generating question papers. If you are an autonomous college or a university, question paper setting is a big problem. A lot of investment is there because we have to pay to the question paper setters, and a lot of logistics issues are there. And again, at the last minute, you may not be getting a proper question paper, a quality question paper, or with an OB approach. So I've just introduced you one tool where you can generate a question paper in 5 seconds. Just I will go through this tool and I will explain some of the main features. This is actually the dashboard of the controller of examinations, who is going to generate a question paper. So I will show you how we can generate a question paper in few seconds. This is an example of question banks. These are some courses, and the question banks are ready for this particular type of courses. Okay, this is only a demo purpose. Now, before generating a question bank, we need to have the blueprint. So here, the most important part is we can set a blueprint with an OB approach, so that every question can be mapped with the respective Bloom's taxonomy levels, and also the question will be mapped with the COs. Okay, and the difficulty level or the importance level or the nature of the questions, everything we can set in the blueprint. And based on the blueprint only, the question paper will be generated. And it will take only 5 seconds to generate a question paper. You can see one question paper is already generated. We can generate one more like this. Now we have generated 2 question papers. Even the controller's office, the controller cannot see the questions, but they can check the characteristics of that question paper. Suppose the question paper contains 25 questions, then the controller's office can check from how many questions are there in the difficulty levels, like easy, how many easy questions, how many medium questions, or how many challenging questions are there, how many theory questions or how many application questions are there. Again, with regard to Bloom's taxonomy levels, they can check the quality of the question paper. This is a part, A part, B part, or C part, or section C. They can check the structure of the question paper section wise, and after checking the 2 question papers, they can choose one. Suppose I'm choosing the first one, which is generated. Just put the question paper code. You will get the question paper like this. This is an example of a question paper. The course is Basic Electronics and Computer Fundamentals. You will get a question paper in minutes. It will take only seconds to generate, maybe 5 or 10 seconds to generate a question paper. So we should have a question bank in this case. Okay, this is not an AI tool. I will explain the AI tool later. So this is a question bank. First of all, we have to frame questions and upload it in the question bank. And again, how to upload the questions to the question bank. That also is easy. I'll show you how we can upload, how we can input questions. Okay. I think my screen is not changed. I just. So this is an Excel sheet. I hope this screen is visible. Okay. So this is an Excel sheet where we can input the questions. Like suppose you have a question from a unit 1 or module 1, whatever is in your syllabus. Some of the courses will have modules and some of the courses have units. Then from unit 1, suppose you subtopic, subunit 1. Suppose we have a question like what is GST? A question like this. Then we have the taxonomy level. You can just map the taxonomy level here, a level of the question. The difficulty level of the question we can map. The importance level you can map. Nature of the questions, theory or application, like that. If there is an expiry date, you can map expiry date. Otherwise, answer key if required, you can give the answer key there. Placeholder means as a best practice, we can share the question bank to the students. So we advise every institution to share the question bank to the students. Then if you want to hide a particular question, you have to put something there. Even you can put a letter so that that particular question will not be shared to the students. Or you can give a hint, like there will be a question on a current affairs or something like that. So that that information will be given to the students. The student will not see the question. Then the course outcomes, you can map this particular question with a particular course outcome, the mapping strength also you can mention there. Similarly, you can add more questions, maybe 4 or 5 questions you can add and you can upload it to the question bank. And every day you can have more questions. You can add more questions. Maybe in 1 or 2 months, you can have a question bank. Okay, you can develop a question bank. And finally, the process is like that. In 1 or 2 months, the faculty members, they can add questions to the question bank based on this OBE approach. Like each and every question will be mapped with taxonomy levels and with course outcomes. So all the questions in the question bank will be mapped with the Bloom's taxonomy levels and course outcomes. Okay. Then the particular questions they can give for vetting purpose. Okay. So again, either to an expert inside or outside, you can provide for a vetting purpose, and you will get a report after the vetting process is completed. You will get a report like this. You can see the report. Suppose you have a question bank, basic electronics. That from the same question bank, we have generated the question paper. You can see how many good questions are there, how many excellent questions are there, how many questions are should be rejected. So all this report you will get after the vetting process, so that it will be properly monitored. Okay, so the questions will be from the syllabus and proper distribution of the questions. The syllabus will be there. After the vetting process, they will we can understand the quality of the question bank, and after that the faculty again they can edit the questions based on this vetting report. Similarly, we can have some other reports like This is another report. You can see, suppose a particular subtopic is missing in the question bank. So we'll get a report like this from the software itself. How many missing units are there? So how many missing topics are there in the question bank? So all this information is available. So if you are using a tool, it will be very easy for us. Maybe in the first time, there may be some difficulty, like we have to frame questions and add to the question bank. But over a period of time, we can save time and money, and also quality of the assessment. We can improve the quality of the assessment. We can have questions like this. And again, there can monitoring of the system, that also I will show you. So this is the question paper we have generated, and we can check the health of the question bank. See, this is the question bank from where we have generated the question paper. Now the faculty members who are developing the question bank, they can understand how many questions are there from each module or from section A, because our question paper may be divided into section A, section B, or section C, like that. So how many questions are there from each section? How many questions are there from each Bloom's taxonomy levels in the question bank? So every week they can check it, and if required, they can add more questions to that particular category where the questions are less. For example, in this case, there are less number of questions in the evaluate level of Bloom's taxonomy, so that the faculty can add more questions in that category. So how many normal questions, how many important questions, all the information is available without counting the questions. All this information is available with these graphics. So this can be monitored by the faculty or from the controller's office. So a proper monitoring and control of the entire process will be there. And during the examination time, it should be confidential, So only the controller's office will have access to this portal, so that they can generate the question papers. Okay, and there are a lot of security measures implemented that I'm not going to disclose it. Anyway, this is one of the tools which many of the autonomous colleges and universities are using now. And once, if you start using it, it will be easy for you to implement outcome-based education in a better way, because we are getting all the information here, and we can have this data for the mapping purpose and also for calculating the attainment. Okay. Now I will show you the AI tool, how the tool is working. I already mentioned that today you will get a mail with this link and the additional information about the tool, so that you can start using it. Okay, this is an AI tool which is called QuestionPaper.ai, which you can use for generating question papers. Okay, this is the home page. You can see template 1, template 2, template 3. There are, I think there are 5 templates here. These are all ready-made templates. So we have the ready-made templates. Otherwise, you can create your own question paper template. Now, this is one template where there are 3 sections. One section is MCQ. The other one is short answer. Then there is a long essay. Okay. You can just look at the preview of this template. You can see multiple choice questions. There are 5 multiple choice questions. Then part 2, answer any 5 questions. Each question carries 3 marks. So short essay questions, and then essay, long essay questions, A or B type. This is the template of this particular, this is the preview of this particular template 1. And if you go to template 2, you can see template 2 is contains only multiple choice questions. Okay, only multiple choice question. So different templates are available. My screen is not visible. Is it visible?
It's visible, sir. It is visible.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay. I will start with the just 1 minute. Okay. I will start generating a question paper with the template 1. This is template 1. Suppose I'm using template 1. Okay, so click template 1. You can give the name of your exam. Suppose I'm putting model exam. Template 1 we are using. Our institution type is college. I will add my college name. It's already I have added, so I can just choose that college name here. And the program. So I'm choosing MCA program. I'm giving a course code, and suppose this is a bridge course. Okay, that is the name of the course. So we need to add only this much information because the template is already, it's a ready-made template. No need of adding anything else. Now we can generate the question paper. Okay. Now, which are the Bloom's taxonomy levels we have to use? You can choose already understanding and applying is there. I'm choosing analyzing also. Okay, that means I want questions from these 3 categories. And difficulty level, I'm choosing one more, challenging. So I need questions from both from medium and challenging. Then generate instantly or generate section wise. Okay, I'm planning to generate instantly. That means section A, section B, or section C, or part 1, part A, or part 2, or part 3 will be generated simultaneously, instantly. I'm not generating in section wise. Here the syllabus. Suppose I'm adding syllabus or topic or whatever is required. I'm just adding 2 modules of this syllabus. Okay, I'm adding 2 modules of this syllabus and generate. Click generate. I can even give a topic there, or I can upload a PDF file or an image, or I can give the name of a book. Okay, if there is a prescribed test, I can give the name of that test. So here I have given the syllabus of the 2 modules. You can see maybe maximum it will take 30 seconds to generate a question paper. You can see question paper is generated. You can see the questions. The options are already there, and the level of the question, knowledge level is there. K3, this is K2. You can see the answer key. Okay. Similarly, we have the part 2 where we have the short answer questions. The answer key is there. Like that, we have the last section, essay question. Okay. If you want to refresh the answer key, you will get more explanation regarding that particular answer. Now, again, generative AI, you can see more explanation about that particular question. Now, the full answer you will get instead of answer key. That also is available. And if you want to edit the knowledge level, suppose you think that this is not K2, this is K1, you can edit it manually. And an editor is provided at the bottom so that you can make it bold, or you can add a subscript or superscript, or if there is any mistake in between, you can do it. You can remove the format. You can add images, tables, mathematical equations, everything is possible. Okay. And the most important feature of this particular tool is that suppose I want to remove these two questions. I'm not satisfied. Suppose I'm not satisfied with the question number 6. Okay. I'm removing it. One more question. I'm not satisfied with the question 8. So I have removed 2 questions because I'm not satisfied with the level of the questions, or maybe those questions are out of syllabus, something like that. So after removing it, you can go to add questions. The same session itself, there is a button. This button will appear now. You remove a question. So you can add question. Again, you can give the topic, or if you want to change the taxonomy levels, you can change. Now, suppose I'm adding evaluate level. Medium is there. I'm just want only challenging now. Only challenging question. Then the same topic or a different topic you can add there. Okay. See, again, the tool will generate questions for you. And this time we have removed 2 questions. But instead of 2 questions, you may get 8 or 9 questions or even 10 questions as suggestions, so that you can pick 2 questions out of these suggestions. So you'll see, I think around 10 questions you get. So you have removed only 2 questions, but you get more questions as suggestions. Now, suppose I'm choosing 2 questions. Just insert it. And you can see I have removed, I hope, question number 6 and 8. Okay. So these questions are inserted in the same place. Okay. Now I got the question paper. Now the next process, suppose I want to map the questions with the respective COs. I already added the course outcomes into the system earlier. So now I can map the questions. Suppose this first question I'm mapping with the CO1 with the weightage 2. Okay. Second question I'm mapping with the CO2 with the weight 1. Then update. Similar way, you can map all the questions with the respective COs. You can see first question I have mapped with the CO1. It is there. Second question I have mapped with the CO2. It is there. Okay. Now, if you want to preview, if you want to get the preview of this question paper, it is available, or question and answer. We have generated both question and answer. So you'll get a preview like this. You got both question and answer key here. You can download it as a PDF file and you can use it. Suppose if you want to get only the questions, question paper only, because answer as a faculty, you can use it, the answer key, but for students, we need only the question paper. So that preview is available. This is the question paper. You can download it and you can take the print and you can use it for your conducting your internal exams or model exams, or even in universities, you can use it for your subsequent exams. Okay. So if you are not satisfied with any of the questions, you can remove it and you will get a lot of suggestions, other suggestions. And the main advantage is, I was using it for the last 1 month. So the main advantage is you will get more questions. Even some of the questions previously I haven't thought of, like we can frame questions like that. So this will reduce your workload, because if you want to frame MCQ questions, multiple choice questions, a lot of time is required, because you need to have the options, everything should be there. So all these questions are already mapped with Bloom's taxonomy levels, and the CO mapping, currently we can do it manually. Maybe in future we will be automating that also. Okay, this is the way you can use the ready-made templates. Otherwise, if you want to generate your own template, you can just go to this template link, the home page. You can create a new template. You can give the template name, template description, then institution name, mark or grade, answer all questions, or you can give the name of the section 1, maybe part A or part B. So everything is possible. You can customize it according to your requirement. And after this, you can add another section like that. Okay. And otherwise, again, already these templates are available here. We have, these are some of the templates we have generated. And you can copy the template, already existing template. Suppose I'm copying this. You can edit this already existing template so that you can make some modifications. Maybe you need 10 multiple choice questions instead of 5. So you can edit the existing template. Already that template, ready-made template is available. You can use it and you can modify it. Okay. So this is about this this AI tool, and you will get a mail today inviting you to use it, and you can sign up there. You can go to question. The link will be provided in the mail, and you'll get a screen like this. If you go to the link, okay. So you'll get a. This is the link. You can just enter your email ID, which you have provided for this program. Okay. So you can sign up. You can enter your name, your email ID, and you can create your own password, and you will get an OTP in your mail. And you can just, that OTP you can input here so that you will get this interface, the home page of QuestionPaper.ai. You can reach here. And after that, you can use this tool for your own use. So this is the second tool. The first one I told you, that is a question bank where you can have the question bank first and you can generate it for your semester end exams. But this QuestionPaper.ai, you can use it for your own personal use. You can have it for your internal exams. And not only for internal exams, you can conduct assessment anytime. When we implement outcome-based education, the most important thing is you have to increase the number of assessments. Then only you will get an accurate attainment calculation. Okay, so you can have n number of assessments. So probably you can use every week you can have assessments. So it's easy that you can have MCQs, so that you'll get the score at the same time when you conduct the exam. So you can copy these questions to your Moodle or your LMS. Or in future, we are also planning to develop a platform for that along with this. Okay. If you have any questions, we will answer the questions, and after that, some questions I will just see.
There are some questions in the chat.
Can we pay the amount for FDP certificate? Now, of course, you can pay the fee for the FDP certificate so that you will get the LMS access, and you can do the other task and assignments. All the information is available. Okay. Then that's for MCQ questions, what must be input from us? No input is required. You just input your syllabus, or because you can choose the template, MCQ template. You can just input the syllabus or a topic name or the name of your prescribed test. Even for English literature books, like if you input Macbeth, you will get questions from Macbeth. Okay. Unlike the previous software which you showed in a question paper, the teacher need not create a question bank. Yes, the QuestionPaper.ai, it is a generative, the AI will generate questions for you. No need of a question bank. Okay, that's correct. Will this be active for limited time or always? Definitely, this is active for limited time, because there is a cost for that, because both for the development of the software and a lot of research, many things are there. for queries on tasks. Yeah, in that website there is a support. There are support numbers available. There is a link for that. Students will also have access. Students can, okay, definitely the students can purchase it, and they can also generate question papers, but it will be different from what you generate. Okay, so they can also generate question papers, but it will be different from the question papers that you will generate, even if you input the same topic or same book or same syllabus. Okay, so there is a mechanism for that we have done. How long you will have access to LMS and the AI tool? For the AI tool, you will get some credits. I hope you will get 25 credits and you can use it till your credits are exhausted. For LMS, you will have access up to 31st.
31st December, 31st October. 31st October.
For question paper, no need of. You can sign up because you will get the link and the other information in your email, in your mail, and you can sign up with the same mail ID because that mail ID is recorded there. You can contact the same numbers which is available in the chat for LMS for any information regarding this. And even the question paper tool that will not cost much. I can say it's less than the price of a biryani, chicken biryani. Okay. Okay, then we will have a small discussion about how this OB implementation help, in the accreditation process. I'm not elaborating on it because the time is almost coming to an end. It's already 7:40 now. Just give you some idea. Okay, I will start with this particular slide. Usually in every implementation process where we have to start. So the first thing is having a good awareness of the Bloom's taxonomy, because everywhere we are using it for framing questions, for designing COs, for mapping. Everywhere we are using Bloom's taxonomy verbs. So thorough understanding of Bloom's taxonomy and OB architecture. Then the next step is preparation of the OB manual for the institution. So in the OB manual, we have to mention the policies, everything in the OB manual, and that we can showcase even for accreditation purpose. This comes in the criteria 1 itself. Okay, when we implement OB, you can mention OB in every criteria. That is the most important thing. Then formulation of outcomes, curriculum development and outcome mapping is next step. Then identifying innovative teaching, learning and assessment methods. Okay. Preparation of outcome-oriented course plans and assessment plans. OB-focused question paper generation. If you can use an ICT tool, definitely all the mapping process and everything can be done in an easy way. Attainment calculation, again, you can use an ICT tool. Even it cannot be calculated manually. You have seen the tedious process of calculation of attainment. Generating and understanding reports on OB, that is very important. And analyzing feedback and improvising the process. This is a cycle. So this is the process of OB implementation. And coming to criteria 1, curriculum development and implementation, you can start with OB manual. From criteria 1, you can mention all these things like effective curriculum planning, delivery and evaluation through a well-defined process. These are the indicators. Okay. Interdisciplinary and interdepartment courses, why we are conducting these courses. The need comes from the analytics of OB. Why we are having certificate courses or add-on courses or value-added courses. Okay. Again, the need analysis through this OB, analytics reports. We can say that this is why we have started this. Students enroll in certificate, add-on or value-added courses. These are indirectly supporting OB implementation. Then for OB implementation, you need a lot of activities. And the most important part is the project work, field work or field visits, then industry internships. Okay. These are the activities where more learning is happening. So when we implement OB, we will definitely think about more innovative practices in the teaching learning process. Okay. And this professional ethics, gender, human values, environment and sustainability, these comes in the PO level. Okay. And the criteria 2, assessment of the learning levels of the students. Definitely, you can identify the slow learners, you can identify the advanced learners based on the OB analytics reports. So we can showcase all these things, how we have analyzed the students in different categories. And then student-centric methods. All these student-centric methods support OB because, experiential learning or integrated interdisciplinary learning, participatory learning, all these student-centric methods definitely support OB, or we can say more learning is happening through these activities. Then student performance and learning outcomes, that is 2.6. That is definitely the reports, attainment calculation and all. You can show it there. Criteria 3, why we are conducting workshops and seminars. Again, you can map it with the outcomes. To achieve the attainment of outcomes, we have conducted workshops and seminars. There is a reason for all these things. And why we are having collaborations, why we are signing MOUs with other institutions, why we are conducting consultancy and extension activities. Okay, logically, we can say that these are all connected with the outcomes. Okay, to meet the attainment of or to achieve the attainment of outcomes, we are having all these activities. ICT enabled tools, especially Moodle or LMS. You can use LMS. You can have your own LMS so that you can implement OB in a better way. And nowadays, you can have the AI tools. Okay. Capability enhancement and development schemes such as soft skill development, language and communication skill development, ICT, computing skills, analytical skill development, 21st century skills like creative and critical thinking, problem solving. These are the 3 main skills which was mentioned in the new education policy. So when we develop or when we train the students to improve the skills, all these are connected with the outcomes. Okay, I'm skipping some of these slides because already it's time. Implementation of e-governance. Then teachers undergoing faculty development programs, including online programs, professional development programs. Definitely, when we implement OB, lot of training is required. Okay. The concepts of OB, then teaching, learning, and assessment activities. Again, we are using ChatGPT and AI tools. Why we are using it? Especially, you can reduce your workload, and at the same time, you can focus more on the outcomes. You can have OB as a best practice, and the most important part is the assurance of learning concept. You can implement assurance of learning based on the reports, analytical reports. I have already mentioned it the last day when I was introducing another tool where you have the analytics reports, which we can use for we can mention about assurance of learning. Okay. These are some best practices. Better preparation of the workforce. OB helps institution prepare students for the workforce. Students acquire knowledge and skills that employers are looking for, contributes to economic development of the country. These are the benefits of implementation of OB. Okay. These are some additional tips. I'm skipping all those things. Okay. It is easier to land a man on Mars than to change the school system. It's a quote by Elon Musk. Okay. So anyway, dear faculty members, we have to change ourselves. Then only we can implement the many things like outcome-based education in a proper way, because we have to change that traditional focus, and we have to come with new approaches. There should be a paradigm shift in our teaching, learning, and assessment activities. In future, you can contact me with this is my WhatsApp number or this is my mail ID. Okay. Then coming to some some feedback also, answer some of the questions while I'm submitting and must pass. missed until November, and since we have festivals now, okay, so it may be not possible because I know the, November 31st. After 31st, again you have Diwali holidays, no? Second week of November. Okay. Okay, then finally we will have the feedback. I'll share a slide. So I have shared a Mentimeter link in your chat box. You can just go through that link. Just go to that link and you can give your feedback there. Or you can go to menti.com and you can use the code. The code is displayed in the top of the screen. Okay. So what is your opinion about this blended model of FDP, which incorporates both interactive live sections and LMS-based tasks and assignments? So there are 6 questions. You can respond to any of them. Because this is a 7-day program. This is actually considered a 7-day full-time program because we have only 2-hour online sections. The remaining hours, you can spend the learning management system for more learning and doing assessments. See, we are extending the LMS access till 31st so that you can utilize more time on that. In that way, we have planned the FTP. So you can go to that link which is shared in the chat box, or you can go to menti.com. This is a website, menti.com, and you can type the code which is displayed at the top. Okay. Okay, 30 seconds more. Okay. So thank you for your response. Participants can learn at their own pace and convenience. That is the first position. Second position, teaching learning can be more effective than mere online training. Third one, improves self-learning skill. Fourth one, all of the above. Fifth one, helpful to circumvent connectivity issues. And last one, effective learning is not possible. Of course, there are some limitations when we go for another slide. I'll share one more. You can use the same link which is given in the chat box. Or you can go to menti.com and you can type the code. How did your knowledge about OB progress through this FTP? This is the question. You can use the link which is given in the chat box, or you can go to menti.com. That is a website. And you can use the code. The top of the screen, the code is given 49789659. So both the ways you can give your response. Okay, some of you are now expert in OB. It's a very good information. So we have 30 seconds more to register your responses. Okay, some of you are having only little knowledge in OB. Now they are experts. Very good. Okay. Thank you for your response. And just I have one more. I have one more slide. Here the link is different. I will share that link, the chat box again. Yeah, you can go to that link in the chat box. Now you can register your overall suggestions. Okay, so we require your suggestions for improving ourselves. Maybe if positive or negative, it's not a problem. You can give your suggestions. You can go to menti.com and you can use the code. This code is different from the previous one. So check the code. It is displayed at the top of the screen. Short duration. Okay, 7 days is too long, no? Okay. Actually, 7 days is required. You know, some of you may be using this certificate for your promotions, for your appraisals, performance appraisals. If you attend 2 programs of 7 days, that is equivalent to a refresher course. Okay. Thank you for your. You can have separate FTC for different programs and for UG, PG faculty members. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. After a long time, I have completely attended the full course. Thank you. Please give simple assignment, increase LMS days. Okay. All the MCQs are mandatory. You complete all the MCQs so that you can download the certificate. All the other tasks are not mandatory. They are optional, but you can improve your knowledge. You know, when we do task and assignments, definitely you can improve your knowledge. Like 6 p.m. to 8. Actually, we have conducted a survey and according to the feedback from faculty members, 7 to 9 is the preferred time for most of the faculty members. So we have, yeah, that is why we have arranged all the FDPs during this particular time, 7 to 9. And the other option is, I think, 2 to 4, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. So some of our FDP programs we usually conduct during that time period. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much for your suggestions. Definitely, we will look into the suggestions, and if there is any improvement required, we will do it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that wonderful session, sir.
1 minute. Happened to my screen. Just 1 minute.
It's logged off.
I think somebody else has shared the screen. It's not my screen appearing there. Okay. My WhatsApp number, I will put it in the chat box so that you can contact me for any further support or required.
Is there anything more that you would like to say, sir?
What I will share that LMS also.
Okay.
LMS, Sijin.
Yeah,
So
it's
this is
visible now.
the learning management system where you have the doubt clearance forum, you can have the research forum, everything here team member, like other faculty members who are participating in the section. So, so day-wise schedule is there, and there is a Padlet. This also this is a free tool. You can use Padlet for your teaching, learning, even assessment activities. There are some education tools available. We'll look into that. A lot of reference materials. Then QuestionPaper.ai, there is a video available in the LMS regarding that tool. So you can go through that video, and if you have any doubts, you can clarify it. Okay. Then there are some videos on ChatGPT, prompt engineering. A lot of content is available in the LMS. Okay. I think most of you requested for additional days. We will definitely think about extending the LMS access to 1 or 2 days more. We will discuss and we will inform you. Okay. Then I think we will finish it. Yeah. I think there are no questions now.
I think I'll take those questions after the validated function.
Okay. Okay. Thank you all. Once again, thank you for attending the seminar. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Next, we'll have the vote of thanks. The vote of thanks will be delivered by Dr. Anupama P., who's the IQAC coordinator, Mar Thoma College. She is the assistant professor and HOD, Department of Physics, Mar Thoma College for Women, Perumbavoor. She is the IQAC coordinator and joined the college in 20 September 2012. She has a PhD from Technical University Dresden, Germany, funded by International Bank's Planck Research School. She has taken her MSc from CMS College, Kottayam, and BSc from BCM College, Kottayam. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. So, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Please proceed.
Okay, thank you. Good evening to all of you. Today, as we come to the close of this 7-day national level faculty development program on curriculum framework aligned with the national education policy, outcome-based education, and AI advancement, it's my privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks on behalf of Mar Thoma College for Women, Perumbavoor, Kerala. First, I would like to express our deep gratitude to our esteemed resource persons who have dedicated their time and expertise to enlighten us during this FDP. On the first day of the faculty development program, we were honored to have Dr. Sunil Job enlightened us on Bloom's taxonomy, a foundational concept in education. Professor Dr. Mendes Jacob on the second day provided us with a comprehensive understanding of outcome-based education, its architecture, and its significance in shaping our education systems. Dr. Shafiq on the third day discussed the new curriculum framework, highlighting the importance of aligning our teaching methods with the evolving needs of our students. Dr. Mendes Jacob on the fourth day discussed the mapping of outcomes, attainment calculation, and tools for OBE, offering practical insights to the implementation of OBE in academic institutions. Last 2 days, yesterday and day before yesterday, was dedicated to exploring the world of ChatGPT and AI tools for educators. And we were fortunate to have Dr. Suresh Nambudiri sharing his expertise in this emerging field. So thank you all. Thank you, Mendes sir. Thank you, Sunil Job sir, Shafiq sir, Suresh Nambudiri sir. And today, finally, today we learned about the application of ChatGPT and AI tools in teaching, learning, and assessment from Sunil Job sir. How to integrate the ChatGPT to OBE. Also, Mendes sir, uh, Mendes sir also discussed today the AI tool, the question paper tool, which all the participants will get as a complimentary. So a special thanks to Mendes sir, who is the real brain behind in organizing this FDP. We would like to extend our thanks to the Kerala State Higher Education Council, Dr. Rajan Gurukal sir, Dr. Rajan Varghese sir, the Vice Chairman and the Member Secretary respectively, for allowing us to associate with them in hosting this program. We also thank IPSR Solutions for their support and collaboration in organizing this program. We thank Mr. Sijin George, the moderator and event coordinator, and also Mr. Jamon Kuriakos and all the team from IPSR for all the support and collaboration. I would also like to express our sincere thanks to all the participants who have actively engaged in the discussions and shared their valuable experiences. Nearly 2,200 participants registered for this program. We are really happy about that, and I could see that the participants from all over the India. Thank you all for your enthusiasm, your eagerness to learn. That only made this program truly interactive and enriching. A special thanks to the manager and principal, Dr. Sujo Mary Varghese of our college, for all their support in hosting this FDP. The faculty members of our college is also a part of this FDP. Your dedication and your coordination have been commendable. So in conclusion, I would like to thank once again all the participants for their active involvement and the collaborators, KSHGC, IPSR Solutions, Mendes sir, and all who have made this event possible. We hope that the knowledge and insights gained during these 7 days will empower us to make a positive impact on education, aligning it with the vision of the national education policy. And as we conclude this program, uh, let us all continue to work towards a brighter future for the education in our country. Thank you very much. Once again, thanks to each and everyone who are attending this program, this national level FDP program. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anupama ma'am. Thank you for that vote of thanks. Now, I would like to share a few things regarding your certificate and feedback form. Please note that your certificate will be ready for download from the LMS by 26th October. Please make sure you have completed all the task activities and MCQs for that certificate to be downloaded. The LMS will be accessible till the 31st of October. So make sure you have downloaded your certificate before the expiry of your LMS access. Now the feedback form is there in the LMS as well. It will be accessible from the LMS by 9:30 or so. So you can fill in your feedback form from the LMS as well. It will not be sent separately in mails. Okay, your certificate is also not sent separately. You have to download it from the LMS. Now, the LMS is accessible to only those who have made the payment for the access. Okay, I've already sent you the details. I'll put it again. If any of you would like to access the LMS, you can still do it by making the payment of ₹500 to the account details there. And one more thing, those people who have made the payment, please make sure you have sent a payment proof to the screenshot to the WhatsApp number which is stated there. Okay. Yes, there are resources which you can download from the LMS. There are certain resources which are there on YouTube and all, so you can bookmark and keep them as well. You don't have to necessarily download. Okay, so the things, there are certain PDFs and all which you can download and take for yourself. That is no problem. But there are videos which you can bookmark and keep. They won't be. It won't be possible to download. Okay. All right, that's all the details regarding your certificate and feedback form. If you have any questions, please post it and I will take it now. Yes, the certificate will be ready for download in the LMS by 26th October. That is by next Thursday. The assignments are not compulsory, but the MCQs are. The duration of the upcoming FTP and research methodology should be again 7 days. The feedback form is in the LMS. The feedback form will not be sent to you separately. You have to access the LMS for the yeah, if you want to access the feedback, you have to make the payment for the LMS. If you have made the LMS payment, you can access the LMS for the feedback. If you have made the payment, okay, if the payment is made, make sure that you have sent your payment proof screenshot to the number which was given there in the chat. If you have sent a screenshot, you would have got the details regarding the LMS to your email. Feedback form is in the LMS. If you have made the payment for the LMS, you will get the LMS user ID and password in your email. It will be sent to you. If you did not receive any email regarding your email, if you need any support regarding the LMS, please contact this number, which I'm posting in the chat. Feedback form will be available in the LMS by 9:30. Yes, your name will be there in the certificate. Your email will be sent to the registered email, which you put in the registration form. All right, everybody. If you haven't gotten, please contact this number for the details for the LMS. Okay. If you haven't gotten it, please inform the support numbers here. All right, everybody. I think it's just a repetition of questions now people are posting. Thank you all for attending this FTP. It was a 7-day program. Yes, thank you all for attending this whole days. And if you missed any of the sessions, they will be available in the LMS. You can access each day's of a recorded video on the LMS. It's dated there with each day. It's under each day's heading. You can access the videos under that. Yes, I think we can conclude for today, and we will hopefully see you for the next FTP. Thank you all for your time. Have a wonderful evening. Yes, we'll end for today. Thank you all.